Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachelle Glendon. It is lovely to have you here. If you're new to my channel, I am a mum, a business owner and a wife. I have a son, Max, he's 2.5, and we have another little boy on the way he's due in about 10 weeks. So yeah, my channel is about slow living, holidays, travel, family vlogs, and just that mum life. So today's video is one that I have wanted to make. It's about loneliness in motherhood. And I wanted to make this video because I have seen lots of mums on Instagram and on YouTube and my friends and things talking about the loneliness that comes with being a mum. And I thought I would make this video just to kind of, I don't know, give my perspective and some advice, I guess. I don't want to call it advice because I'm not an expert. And that's one thing I do want to say. This video, if you are suffering from loneliness as a result of feeling anxious or depressed, please go and see your doctor. If you need more support, then please go and seek it, because it's really important for you and your kids and the rest of your family that you take care of yourself first. So this is particularly in relation to mums like myself, because I can only speak from my personal experience. I'm a work-at-home mum, I'm a stay-at-home mum, and I also, I help my husband run his business a couple of days a week. So I do spend probably 90% of my time either alone or just with my son and my husband, which I am completely, if I'm honest, I'm completely comfortable with that now. My son is 2.5, so I've had a little bit of time to get used to it. I previously would have described myself as quite extroverted, and enjoyed the company of lots of different friends and friend circles, and I still do have quite a lot of friends. Unfortunately, I don't get to see them as much as I'd like, but when I do, I always absolutely treasure and love getting to see them. I know motherhood can be, especially when you're a new first mum in that first year, you just go through a huge transformation, and loneliness can crop up just because of the nature of feeling like you've got this massive responsibility all of a sudden. Your time is not your own anymore. You need to look after your baby and take care of it and put their needs over and above yours. You can get stuck in the cycle of not leaving the house and not seeing other people and not having conversations and feeling quite lonely and isolated, and like you're the only person experiencing the things that you're experiencing. And I'm here to tell you that you're definitely not the only mum who's ever felt the way that you're feeling, and it is a phase and it will pass, and you will find you will find a new rhythm for your life. There's mum guilt to deal with as well. We can feel guilty about everything, about what our kids are eating, when they're sleeping, whether we're providing enough stimulation for them, whether we're giving them enough attention. All of those things come into play, and craving friendship and adult time is just another way that we can put that mum guilt on ourselves. Loneliness is a feeling. It's a not nice feeling, but it's just a feeling, and we're so conditioned in our society that bad feelings are bad and that we need to avoid them. So loneliness can trigger us to fall into a really busy pattern of just never having any downtime, because we don't want to face those bad feelings. So we constantly make ourselves busy so that we don't have to think about the fact that maybe we're feeling lonely or isolated. If you're craving a little bit of a slower life, but you're really scared of what feelings might come up, allow yourself to feel those negative feelings, because there's nothing to worry about. Feeling bad or having a bad feeling doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a failure because you feel lonely. It is a good habit to be able to spend time alone and not feel lonely. Like, think of all the things that you could be achieving if you were comfortable spending time alone. You know, it's all about mindset. So if you can shift your mindset from feeling like parenting is just a responsibility and there's so many things you have to do and consider and remember, that having a strong relationship with your kids as well and being the fun mum and playing with them can actually alleviate your loneliness considerably. Okay, so I do have a few practical tips for you in regards to this. So the first thing I would say is, I do have notes because I can't remember things, and I'm trying not to do videos off the cuff anymore. I'm trying to actually remember all of the things that I want to say, because so many times I do these videos and I just ramble and they aren't in any logical order. So I'm trying to do a little bit more of a format. But yes, so I thought I would give a few practical tips that I have tried that have helped me on the days when I'm feeling lonely, and things that have helped me to feel less lonely overall. So the first thing is that I always try to achieve one thing that's for me each day. So, and it can be a self-care thing, like having a shower, putting makeup on, making, I don't know, going for a walk, doing some yoga or something like that. But it can also be something as simple as finding the motivation to make the bed, empty the dishwasher, put a load of washing on, those sorts of things that sometimes when you are just feeling lonely and demotivated, you tend to put them off and then you just feel worse. So if you've got something like, I really struggle to vacuum and mop the floors. Now I know that at least once a week I need to vacuum and mop. And as much as that, I can't believe that I'm saying that a cleaning task makes me feel good, but knowing that it's something that I don't particularly love to do, but I really love the result of, and it's something that it's like something I have a mental block about doing because I don't want to do it. So it takes a little bit more conscious effort to achieve it. But when I do it, I feel really good and I feel like I've achieved something. And so if I'm at home for the day with just me and Max, and the only thing I've done today is tick off the list that I actually mopped, then it makes me feel good. So the next tip I have is fairly obvious, and that involves getting out of the house. So actually going out to either see a friend, or if you don't have any friends that are around on the day, or you haven't made any play date plans or anything like that, then even just going to your local coffee shop on a regular basis, somewhere where they know your name, they know your coffee order, they're happy to see you, that sort of thing. If you can find a place like that, that can be really invaluable. And I do find myself on occasion walking up to our local coffee shop at least once a week, either with or without Max, depending if he's at daycare or if it's a work day, and I just sit in there and have a coffee, and often one of the staff members will stop and have a little chat. And it might be the most mundane thing about like, how's the coffee? Gee, it's a hot day today or whatever. But I've had a personal connection with someone. They know me. I don't feel like I'm alone because I've gotten out of the house and I've seen someone who's familiar to me. On other days, I try to always have at least one play date a week where I can take Max and I can catch up with a girlfriend. We can have a coffee or whatever it is and have a chat. The next thing to do is don't isolate yourself from people. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking that that feeling of loneliness means that you're not a good friend or that you are lonely, and that is not the case. And the more you feel like that, the more you're likely to start resenting your kids. It's not fair on them, it's not fair on you. It creates this thing where you're not being the parent that you really want to be, because you're just seeing the kids as a burden rather than enjoying your parenthood. So it's really important, if you catch yourself isolating, make sure you do take some action and do something about it. So my final tip is to release your reliance on routines from time to time. I know how easy it is, or how important it is, to stick to nap schedules and feeding schedules and all of that, but occasionally your kids will enjoy and be okay with not sticking to the routine. If sticking to your routine and being really rigid about when your kids sleep and all of the rest of it is stopping you from sometimes seeing your friends, then maybe it would be a good idea to just try something else for a change, because then that breaks up the day. Your kids get to experience a different kind of day, especially, and it makes them more resilient. It makes them be able to handle changes a little bit easier, and it's really good for you to sometimes get out and they can kind of work around your routine rather than you always having to work around their routine. Obviously, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, sometimes it's okay to not stick to the nap schedule. Anyway, I must admit that talking about this stuff it's hard for me in a way, because it's the stuff that I care most about. So sometimes I find my words stick a little bit and I don't get my point across as articulately as I would like. And that has in the past stopped me from making more of these kinds of videos. But I've decided that I'm going to push through and I'm going to share what's on my heart, because the ones that I have released, the videos that I have made on these topics have been some of my most popular and you guys really enjoy them. So I want to keep making them. Fingers crossed I get a little bit better. Yeah, but I hope you did get something out of this video. I hope it was of some value, and I just do want to remind you as a last little goodbye that you are not alone. Your kids need the best of you, so make sure you're looking after yourself, and you'll be doing them a favor as well. If that is the only way that you can justify having some time out for yourself, then do it for your kids. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.